but I'll be on it always, always and forever.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about relationships. So basically I'm just going to get straight into it and just going to talk to you guys about relationships. And yes, the hair is where I just came out the shower. Now, before I get into this video properly, I want to show you guys a book that I have got. So this is what it looks like. It's called Daily Questions Journal, and basically it asks you questions in the book, like that you can answer, like what are the best decisions you've made, name 3 people that make you feel happy and alive. It's basically on the lines of that, and I have started writing in it, and I think it's very it's good because you can put your feelings down in the book and stuff. And I know that you can get this in TikTok shop and Temu. I got this off Temu, so I recommend it if you guys want to. I suggest that book. So when it comes to relationships, it has to be mutual for it to work. And it also, within my beliefs, if it's you know, if it's in God's will and he's allowed you to be with this person and this is your kingdom spouse, then um it will work, if this is who God has put you with. So I think with my beliefs in that matter, I feel if you're meant to be with someone, you're meant to be with them. And you know it can be confusing because it's like you can't help who you fall in love with. You can't help who you like, or it just happens. You can't help what the heart wants, or what the heart sees, or you can have a type in a guy or a woman or whoever it is, and then the person you're actually meant to be with looks nothing like your type or nothing, but you still feel so you feel connected with them, and you feel what's the word? No, you feel gravitated to them. That's it. You feel gravitated to them, and it just works. It just flows. And I feel when it comes to being in a relationship, if it's mutual, it will work. But if it's one-sided love, is horrible. It is horrible. I've me personally, I would say I've been there, but it's quite mm, because it's you feel like something's gonna happen, but then it actually doesn't happen. I feel like half of the time with me personally, when I was in that stage of I was very delusional, thinking that this would happen, to the point where it almost did happen, like me being with someone, but then it didn't. And I feel like God didn't put me with this person for a reason, and obviously, clearly, that's okay. If it's in God's will, I'll do whatever is in His will for me. But my within my whole life, I choose to live by Jesus and the word of God. So that's what I would do. Now, with other people, obviously it may be different, because obviously not all people would have religious aspects, and obviously I'd advise you to have that, but it's honestly, everyone has their own free will. It's your choice. Um, but it needs to go both ways. It needs to be mutual. It needs to be mutual love, and it's got to be loyalty, honesty, good communication. And I think stuff like that, I feel are the key to a good relationship. There's also way more things you could say, but from the top of my head I could think of. And it's if you be with someone and they break that loyalty, they break that honesty, within it doesn't matter what the case or the scenario is, it can really mess you up as a person, because then you get trust issues, and then it's oh, you overthink, and then it just gets too much, and then you just don't trust anyone, and then your next relationship may not be great, because you have those issues, which is why you have to heal within those issues that you're already dealing with within your past relationship, so that new relationship that you want, or that you're going to be going into, those stuff doesn't get carried into your new relationship. Because if it does, it will most likely interfere with your guys' relationship, and it could just mess everything up in general. So that's why they always say, make sure you do not go on, move on to someone that you may like, or just, if you're not fully over your ex or somebody. Don't, don't. It will not work. Your relationship with that person will not work. It's like a rebound love, in a way. I think that's the right word. If not, correct me. It's like a distraction. This person is a distraction, because it's you know, or it could be anything. It doesn't really matter what it is, but it just mostly in people's head, from what I've heard or seen, it's mostly a distraction for people. And even if you have like a, a long relationship that you've been with this person for 5 years, 4 years, doesn't really matter how long. And even if things do get in like a bit, on and off with you and that person, it's always important to talk it out. Never like just run away from it, because the more you run away from it, the worse it's actually going to be within yourself, because you're ignoring it. And once you accept that you feel this way and you sit down and you talk to your partner about it and you talk things out and you get that reassurance and that communication that you have, it actually builds a deeper connection within you guys, because you have that trust to talk to each other. And also it helps you guys talk to each other with other things in general that may be going on, and it can really like build a good foundation in your guys' relationship. And I feel like, I know, yeah, again, I'm young, but I've been through it when it comes to like people, like within like relationships wise. um and it's just, you've got to be patient with yourself, and when the time is right, the time is right. And as I say with my beliefs, whenever God sends me this person or whoever he wants me to be with, that's down to him, and he will send that person to me when he thinks I'm ready for it. So that's what I go by, and that's what I stand by. Because honestly, when I did that before, like I didn't care. I just wanted to be with this person because I like them, but they clearly wasn't good enough for me, or like maybe I wasn't good enough for them, or like whatever the case was, it just didn't work. So it's like, don't force a relationship. It will come naturally, like it will just flow between you two. It will just feel like, you'll get this feeling and it will just feel right. But make sure you don't get confused with lust and love. Don't get confused within them two, because when it comes to lust, it's like you feel very like sexually attracted to that person, and that's all you really admire in them, or they may admire in you. They don't see any of like your qualities or anything else, like that don't matter, because that's just like a lustful relationship, and that's basically all your guys' relationship is about. Don't get that confused with love. Love is genuine, pure, and and the thing is, you can be intimate with someone without like having like, you know like you can, you can be intimate in many ways. Like, I say eye contact is very intimate. Like, what are the four affirmations? I know it's physical touch, words of affirmation, gifts, and quality time. Even those four, like, that itself is an intimate. Like, you don't have to like be in that way with someone to have an intimate relationship. You can have an intimate relationship with, like, it doesn't have to be like that, if that makes sense. If I'm sort of going on the lines where you guys understand. I feel like as well, you guys be with who you want to be with. If you want to be with a girl, if you want to be with a boy, if it's a boy and a boy or a girl and a girl, that's okay. It's your life. You choose who you want to be. In fact, you can't even help it who you fall for. You may fall for a girl, and that's okay if you fall for a girl. That's nobody's business. That's your business. You know, that's your life. Like, don't let anyone else's opinion get in the middle of that. Like, you know what I mean? If you like want to be with someone, you be with someone. Like, one thing I've noticed that really gets on my nerves is like, if I say I like someone, and then someone like, it's be like, oh, why do you like him? Well, because I like him, and this is who I have feelings for. I can't help it. And it's like, you want people that will support you and, be there for you, and are willing to listen to, anything that's going on in your life that you may need to talk to, or just, you know what I mean? I just feel like it doesn't matter who you're with. If you love them, and they love you too, that's the main thing. And lastly, just remember to live your life, especially if you're like young. Don't focus on relationships. Focus on you. Focus on your life. Like me, I focus on the purpose that God has for me. That's my priority. You have way more things in life to think about than having a relationship. Obviously, if you're in that stage of life where you may want to have kids and you may want to find someone, get married, that's different. But like, if you're like really young, focus on your life. Have like follow, like, just, yeah, just basically just focus on your life, focus on your goals, focus on your dreams, focus on the things that, your career as well. Like, focus on those things first, and it will come naturally. Let it come to you. It will come naturally, and it will be okay. And if it's meant to be, it's meant to be, and if it's not, then it's not. You know, it's hard sometimes. Everyone's situation with who they're ever with in life is different to everyone else's. You're not gonna be this like same as the like, you know, your friends' relationships, or you're, you know, you're not going to be the same as them. However you are, you just be you, and that's okay. Like, that's it. Like, just be you, be yourself, and someone in this world, it's like billions of people on this planet, will love you for who you are. Okay. Okay, so anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys have a lovely day. I hope all is well. And remember, this book is on TikTok Shop and Temu. I really recommend it. And know that I love you, but Jesus loves you more. Bye.